square.
Okay, ABC is a straight line. So we've got A to B to C. The length of BC is 3 times the length of AB. So A to B is just one part, B to C is 3 times, so that's 3. So that is a total of 4 parts. It says A to C is 80 meters, so the whole line is 80 meters. We need to work out the length of BC. So we've got 80 divided by 4 parts. That gives us 20 for each, so that's 20 meters for each. And we need to work out BC, and remember BC is 3, so we've got 3 times 20 meters, so that's 3 times 20 is just going to be 60 meters for length B to C. Okay, pause the video and have a go at your question. Okay, so it says ABC is a straight line. The length of BC is 4 times the length of AB, so AB is 1 part and BC is 4 parts. That is 5 parts in total. So now we've got the full line, which is given A to C, but here in this question we've only actually been told BC is 100 meters. So BC, which is there, that's going to be 100 meters divided by 4 parts, and that gives us 25 meters. So each one's worth 25 meters. We need to find the full length A to C, so this time we're going to do 5 parts, which is the full lot, and we're going to times it by 25, and 5 times 25 gives you 125 meters for the full line, and that's it, you're done. Okay, make y the subject of the formula. B equals 2y minus 5. So we've got B equals 2y minus 5. And what we're trying to do is get y to be the subject and by itself. So step 1, we're going to do the inverse and get rid of minus 5. So we add 5 on both sides. That now on the left hand side will give us B plus 5 is equal to 2y. And now to get the y by itself, 2y means times, so the opposite or inverse of that is to divide by 2 on both sides. That now gives you B plus 5 over 2 is equal to y. And that's it, you're done. Okay, pause the video and have a go at your question. Okay, so it says make G the subject of the formula D equals 3G plus 2. So we've got D is equal to 3G plus 2. And we're going to try to get the G by itself. So the first thing we need to do is do the inverse of plus 2, which is minus 2 on both sides. That gives you on the left hand side D minus 2 is equal to 3G. And 3G means 3 times G. So to get G by itself, you do the inverse, which is to divide by 3 on both sides. That now will give you D minus 2 over 3, which is equal to G. And that's it. That's your final answer, and you're done. Okay, it says place the numbers 1 to 10 in a Venn diagram. Set A will contain even numbers, and set B will contain multiples of 3. So the first thing I would do is I would do set A, and they would equal the even numbers between 1 and 10, so that'd just be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And then set B are going to be the multiples of 3. So the multiples of 3 are the 3 times table, so 3, 6, and 9. And then as I try to put my numbers in the Venn diagram, I can see that 6 is in both sets, so that goes in the middle. A has just got 2, 4, it's already got the 6, and then it's got 8 and 10. And B has got 3, it's already got the 6 that is shared, and then it's got 9. Please do not forget the numbers that need to make up the whole universal set, which is 1 to 10. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be on the outside, 6, 7 on the outside, 8, 9, and 10. And that's all your numbers in the Venn diagram. Then it says find the probability of A union B. So think of the U representing united, meaning together. So A and B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So I've got 7 numbers out of a possible 10. Find the probability of A intersection B. I tried to think of the n belonging to in, so like in the middle. So we've got one number in the middle out of a possible 10, and you're done. Okay, pause the video and have a go at your question. Okay, so it says place the numbers 1 to 12 in a Venn diagram. Set A will contain the multiples of 4, set B will contain factors of 12. So again, we're going to go set A, and set A are the multiples of 4, so that's just your format times table, 4, 8, 12, and set B is going to contain the factors of 12, so we'll go 1 times 12, we've got 2 times 6, and then we've got 3 times 4. Now if we look, we've got 4 and 12 that would go in the middle. A has got the multiples of 4, so we just need to put 8. B have got the factors of 12, so we need to go 1, 2, 3. We've already got the 4, we need the 6 in there, and we've already got the 12, which is shared in the middle. And then don't forget, for the universal set, we need the rest of the numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would go on the outside. We've got 6, we need 7. We've got 8, we need a 9. We haven't got 10, and we haven't got 11. So all those other numbers are on the outside to make up the universal set. Find the probability of A union B. Remember I said think of U being like united, so that means the two circles. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers out of this time a possible 12. And then it says find the probability of A intersection B. Remember I said n, think of it being belonging to the word in, and that means in the middle, so that's 2, and that's 2 out of 12. You don't have to simplify it, you can just leave it as 2 out of 12, and then you're done. So you've got a simultaneous equation question here. First thing to do is check the term that looks the same. So we've got 3b and 3b that is the same. Then look at the symbol next to it. They've both got a plus symbol next to it. So remember, same sign, subtract. So we're going to do the same sign and we're going to subtract. And remember, we work downwards, so we're going to work this way. 5a minus 4a gives us just a. And 3b subtract 3b cancels, and then we've got 41 minus 37, which just gives us 4. So a equals 4. Then we're going to use that to either substitute into equation 1 or equation 2. I'm going to use equation 1, so I've got 5a plus 3b equals 41. So remember, 5a in maths means 5 times, and we've got a, which is 4. So I'm going to substitute that in. 5 times, I'm going to put a bracket around to show you where I've swapped it. So I've got 5 times 4 plus a 3b equals 41. 5 times 4 is 20. So we've got 20 plus 3b equals 41. And then we're going to minus 20 from both sides. So minus 20 from both sides. That now gives me 3b is equal to 21. And to get b by itself, we just divide by 3 on both sides. That now gives me b is equal to 7, and you're done. So your final answer is a equals 4 and b equals 7. Pause the video and have a go at your question. Okay, so again, we look at the term that it looks the same. So we've got 2y and we've got 2y. And we've got a minus and a minus for both. So remember, same sign, we're going to subtract. So 7x minus 5x gives us 2x. Minus 2y minus minus 2y. So that's minus 2y minus minus 2y. Remember, the minus minus gives us a plus. So we've got minus 2y plus 2y, and that would cancel out. And then we've got 22 minus 14, which is going to be 8. And then we're going to divide by 2 on both sides to get x by itself. So that gives us x equals 4. And then we're just going to substitute either into equation 1 or equation 2. This time round, I'm going to use equation 2. So we've got 5x minus a 2y equals 14. We know x is 4, so we're going to substitute that in. So that'd be 5 times 4 minus 2y equals 14. 5 times 4 is 20, minus 2y equals 14. We're going to minus 20 on both sides. That gives me minus 2y equals minus 6. And then if I divide by a minus 2 on both sides, we're going to end up with y equals 6 divided by 2, but it's a minus 6 divided by minus 2. So minus divided by minus will give you a plus answer, and 6 divided by 2 is just 3. And that's your answers there, and you're done. A delivery company has a total of 160 cars and vans. The number of cars to the ratio of the number of vans equals 3 to 7. Each car and each van uses electricity or diesel or petrol. 1/8 of the cars use electricity, 25% of the cars use diesel, the rest of the cars use petrol. Work out the number of cars that use petrol. So if you look at the question, it's only asking you 1/8 of the cars and 25% of the cars, and you need to find out how many cars use petrol. So therefore, from the beginning of the question, you're only really interested in the number of cars. So step 1, you've got 3 parts to 7 parts, that's 10 parts in total. So we've got 160 divided by 10 parts. That equals 16 per part. So we want 3 parts of 16. So if I was to say that this was 16 times 3, that gives us 48 cars. So that's what we're working with, the 48 cars. So we want 1/8 of 48. So remember, when you do fractions of amounts, we divide by the denominator and then times by the numerator, telling us how many of them we want. So this one's easy because we just need to do 48 divided by 8, which is just 6 cars. Now we want 25% of 48. And we could just half this and half this again. So 48 halved would be 24. That would be 50%. And 24 halved would give us 12. So 12 would be 25%. So far we've got 12 plus 6 cars. That gives us 18 cars, meaning the remainder of the cars would use petrol. So we've got 48 minus 18. 8 take away 8 is 0. 4 take away 1 is 3. So that should be 30 cars use petrol. Okay, so you've got a similar question. A delivery company has a total of 240 cars and vans this time. The number of cars to the number of vans is 7 to 3. Each car and each van uses electricity or diesel or petrol. 3/8 of the vans use electricity. 25% of the vans use diesel. The rest of the vans use petrol. Work out the number of vans that use petrol. So this time they're interested in the vans. So we're going to do the same thing and do 240 divided by 7 to 3, that's 10 parts in total. So that means that each part is worth 24. 24 per part. This time the vans is 3 parts. So we want 1, 2, 3, and that's 24 for each. So I'm not too sure in my head, so I'm going to do 24 times 3. I've got 3 times 4, which is 12. carry the 1, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 72. So we're looking at 72 vans. It says 3/8 of the vans use electricity. So we've got 72 divided by 8, the denominator, then we're going to times it by the numerator. So 72 divided by 8 equals, so if you're not too sure, just do your 8 times table in your head till you get to 72, and you should get 72 divided by 8 equals 9. Then we're going to do 9 times 3, which gives us 9, 18, 27. So that's 27 cars use electricity. I'll circle that because I need to use that later on. And then we've got 25% of the vans use diesel. So we're going to start with 72. And then remember, to get 50%, we'll just half it. That gives us 36. And then to half it again, we will get 18. And that is the 25% that use diesel. So now we're going to add 27 plus the 18. 8 plus 7 is 15. Carry the 1, you get 2 plus 1 is 45. So now we need to do 72 vans. I put cars there, that should be vans. 72 minus the 45. So 2 take away 5 you can't do, so we're going to borrow a 10 from the 7. 12 take away 5 is 7. 6 take away 4 is 2. So that's 27 vans that would use petrol. Here is a regular hexagon and a regular pentagon. Work out the size of angle marked X. You must show all your working. So here, to get the exterior angle, remember it's 360 divided by the number of sides. So here we've got 360 divided by 6. That's going to give me 6 goes into 36 6 times, 0 left over. That's 60 degrees for the exterior angle. The interior angle, if you needed it in a different question, therefore is just 180 minus 60, which will give you 120. We're going to do a similar thing with the pentagon. So we've got 360 degrees and then divide by the number of sides, remember, for the exterior angle. So that's 360 divided by 5. If you're not too sure, use your bus stop method. So that's 360, you've got 5. 5 goes into 36 7 times and gets you to 35. You've got 1 left over, that gets you to 10. And then 5 into 10 goes 2 times, so that's 72 degrees for the exterior angle. If we wanted the interior angle, remember we'd do 180 minus 72, and we'd need 8 more to get to 80, so that's going to be 108. However, we want the X, which is on the outside, and that's going to be a combination of the exterior of the hexagon and a combination of the exterior of the pentagon. So that, therefore, is going to be the exterior of 60 plus the exterior of the pentagon, 72. You're going to add that together, so you're going to get 70 plus 60, which I'm going to just do it, 72 plus 60. You got 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 6 is going to give you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 132 degrees. Here's a regular hexagon and a square. Work out the size of the angle marked X. You must show all your working out. So similar to the last video, let's start off with finding the exterior angle of this hexagon. So we've got exterior angle equals 360 divided by 6. That gives you 60 degrees. And then to get the interior angle, that's going to be angles on a straight line, 180, because we know this is 60. It's going to be 180 minus 60, so that's going to equal 120 degrees. So that's going to be 120. This is 120 degrees also. And because we know that the square has got a right angle, that's going to be 90 degrees, we can take this slightly different from the previous question and actually do angles around a point. So angles around a point, remember, total 360 degrees, a full turn. So 360 minus 120 plus 90 degrees. It's because this is a non-calculator, I'm just going to do my calculations on the side and make sure I get it right. So we've got 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 9 is 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, so that's 210, and then I'm going to do 360 minus 210. 0 take away 0 is 0, 6 take away 1 is 5, 3 take away 2 is 1, so that gives us 150 degrees for x.